Hello, my name is Celeste. I am a certified dog listener. I work with a method called Amichien Bonding. It's a holistic method where I teach you to understand the language of your dog. My passion is to help you as a dog owner or as a human being how to understand the language of your dog and create a less stressful everyday life and more balanced everyday life with your dog, so you can enjoy the life together you looked for. Because I guess when you bought your dog, you had an intention about what were you going to do with your dog. Maybe you wanted to go for long walks in the park or in the woods, or just have someone to take you outside every day for fresh air. Or maybe you wanted to become a professional dog trainer, work with agility, or whatever you wanted to do. But maybe right now you're not really there. And it's making you a bit sad because the intentions you have with the future together with this lovely family member, it didn't really go that way. It wasn't really that story that happened in your life. Because maybe you have a dog who's barking at you, who's barking at people on the street, who's pulling on the lead, who's hiding under the sofa when you want to go for a walk, who has severe separation anxiety, always following you in the house, eating off stuff in your home, jumping a lot at your guests, etc., etc. These are all symptoms that something in your relationship with your dog is not right. You want to make it right. You want to be able to understand your dog from the dog's perspective. So I'm inviting you to see the world through the eyes of your dog. I know it sounds a bit strange, but the thing is that the dog doesn't know what it's doing in this human world. I mean, sometimes we don't even know how this human world works, but the dogs, they have natural instincts, and they go back to being in the woods, being outside, looking to survive every day. And in our world, we know that we buy the dog food every day. We know that there's enough dog food in the bag for our dog every day, but the dog doesn't know that. The dog is still thinking every time you open your eyes every day, it's gonna say, who's gonna make sure we survive today? And this may sound a bit weird to you, but I'm gonna tell more in my YouTube videos about the perception of the dog in this way. But this is actually the way to help a dog that's stressed. And I'm guessing if your dog is stressed, either the symptoms I explained before, you also feel a bit stressed. Because when your dog is suffering, we're also suffering. We're trying to fix situations by doing things all the time instead of just thinking, how can I help my dog? How can I make this a long-term relationship without quick fixes? How can I help my dog be present in this world which is made by humans? Not all dogs are stressed. It depends on the personality. But I guess if you're sitting here listening to this, you might find that this identifies with you and your dog. You might find that you and your dog, you need help. It's not because you're lost, it's just because you haven't had the right tools. It's not because it's too late if you have a dog that's like 7 or 8 years old, because the dog always wants to change. The dog always wants to cooperate. That's why you experience that these problems you have, they get worse and worse because the dog is trying to tell you, help me. I can't cope in this situation. Help me get out of this situation. So I'm inviting you to view the life of the dog through the dog's eyes. And when you do that, when you understand the nature, the subtle signals, the whole background and instincts of the dog, you'll be able to help your dog in every situation you encounter. This is not a difficult method, but you have to be able to see that the dog needs you in this world. It's not your dog's job to take care of you. It creates stress, it creates imbalance, and most of all, your dog is not a small little baby. Your dog is a well-grown predator. I mean, if you look at the teeth, It doesn't matter if you have a Chihuahua, Rottweiler, Irish Wolfhound. They all have big teeth. They can do harm. And they don't, because they're trying to adapt, they're trying to cooperate. But it creates a lot of stress in a dog that's not understood. So please be careful. Please try to understand how the dog is thinking and how the dog is communicating. I can give you an example. If my dog is lying in her bed, I would never go up to her and start cuddling her. That's her space. I respect her space, she respects my space. I would call for her. I would do a recall and invite her to come to me. That's respectful. I would never go up at someone else's child and hug it and do something with the hair like this. It's not nice. It's not respectful. We do it all the time with the dogs. We don't respect the boundaries of the dog, so how should the dog respect us? So I'm inviting you to listen to this channel. If you think it's interesting what I'm saying, I'm going to share more thoughts. I'm Danish, so I'm going to share thoughts both in Danish, English and Swedish, because I live in Sweden, in Stockholm. But if you like the way I talk about dogs and us, I'm going to put up more videos, and I'm telling you, there's so much to learn about the dog. They're beautiful, beautiful creatures. They need our guidance. They need us to be stable, because they don't know what's going on in this world. So thank you for listening, and I hope that you got a little inspiration to your dog ownership.